Hello, how's it going? That was a rhetorical question because all I care about right now is whether or not you like free stuff. More specifically, free PC games. That includes free games on Steam, free games for kids, and free games online. Now, I'm not talking about the ones everyone knows about, you know, your Fortnites, your Dotas, and all that. I'm talking about the 10 best free games on PC you probably haven't played. Let's take a look. Okay, first up we have Heavy Metal Machines. It's like Micro Machines but with way more violence. This 4v4 car brawler sees you and 3 teammates race to collect a bomb and fire it into the other team's goal, all while guitars shred in the background so hard it sounds like the entire lineup of AC/DC falling down some stairs. Where Rocket League's vehicular combat is all about flipping and leaping like a rigid metal dolphin, Heavy Metal Machines hinges more on ramming and barging and lining up shots before blowing your opponent back to the quick fit garage from whence they came. You can either try and avoid the carnage and focus on scoring, or put the pedal to the metal and get stuck in. Forget car insurance, how about life insurance? Actually, it's probably best to get both. Second on the list is Shadowverse, and if you're after a CCG alternative to Hearthstone, Gwent and Magic the Gathering, or if you want a game in addition to them because you just love you some cards, Shadowverse does indeed have cards in. There's no denying that. Now, here's the thing, Shadowverse is the biggest card game in Japan, and with good reason. It starts off gently with a tutorial even I could understand, then starts to wrap you in layer upon layer of strategy, but not suffocating layers like a heavy lasagna, lovely warm layers like a Silent Night duvet. You have 7 different leader classes to choose from, and they each allow significant strategic depth. Check it out, there are even crossover leaders like One Punch Man, not so OP in a game without punching. Also, there are new card packs every 3 months to keep you nice and carded up. Third up, we are talking, or specifically I am talking about Alien Swarm, the top-down action game where you join a team of up to 8 players and mow down hordes of gross aliens. In the future, diplomacy is truly dead. Each team member picks a role, whether that's engineer, medic, gunner, etc., and from there you outmaneuver extraterrestrials, putting up sentry guns and racing to make the exit shuttle before time runs out and there's blood everywhere. Built on Source, it's got loads of extra goodies like Half-Life 2 Antlion guards, as well as Steam Workshop support. There's also PvP Deathmatch featuring my favourite mode, Insta-Jib. Man, I'm so glad Insta-Jib isn't a thing in real life, I just fall over and turn into steaks. Anyway, check out Alien Swarm if you want some, free sci-fi stuff. Fourth on the list is Closers, which is a very different type of MMORPG than what you're used to, probably. Firstly, it looks like this. Closers is an episodic anime MMORPG where you're fighting to save Neo's soul. You play as a titular closer in your fight against horrific interdimensional beasts. Each closer has their own look and very hands-on combat style filled with jumps and dodges and special attacks. All the anime tropes are there. You'll wage war in classrooms and trains and gardens flanked by pink blossom trees, and at some point someone goes, Anyway, there are options for solo, co-op and head-to-head PvP in a variety of arenas too, so if you're looking for anime MMO games and don't want to spend any money, which admittedly is quite a small niche to be fair, then Closers is an excellent anime MMO free choice. So it's really hard to say. On to the 5th entry, and what sets Revelation Online apart from other MMOs, we're talking Archage, Blade and Soul Rift and so on, is the way it gives you the power of flight. You're not chained to the floor by stupid old gravity, instead able to soar from the highest peak to the deepest underwater crevice. I think it's crevice. Anyway, nothing is out of bounds in this game's absolutely massive world of Nuanor. And flying is not just for exploration either. Numerous PvP modes include an aerial combat arena to add a new dimension to multiplayer battles, as well as a 60-person cross-server skirmish mode. But if you're a lover rather than a fighter, you can always get married and settle down for a lovely life inside a custom home. And if your partner starts to get boring, spread your wings and say peace out. Number 6, Heroes and Generals. Heroes and Generals, don't forget the ampersand. That's my mantra for the 6th entry. Anyway, it's a free-to-play team-based shooter that mixes and matches shooting the guns with making the decisions. War is as much about what happens on the front line as what happens back at headquarters, and Heroes and Generals gives you the chance to try your hand at both as long as you remember the ampersand. Battles here are massive in scale and fought on a persistent basis, contributing towards your side's ongoing territory gain or loss in Europe. Where Heroes and Generals stands apart is when you earn the rank of General and gain the power to deploy resources in battle with a flick of your wrist, just as the great generals did all those years ago with the wrist flicking. Number 7, let the Skyforge when it crumbled. That's how Adele's Skyfall song would have gone if it was about Skyforge, I reckon. The sci-fi/fantasy MMO that breaks with loads of sci-fi/fantasy MMO conventions. For instance, there are no rigid character classes and not even any leveling. What happens instead is you swap between 18 different combat roles whenever you damn well please. Hey, that comes with the territory of being 100% immortal as you are in Skyforge. Put in the hours and you'll become a force to be reckoned with, complete with a celestial ultimate attack called a Divine Form, with over 100 interstellar locations where you can join up with fellow immortals and just enjoy being a god. Skyforge is one of the most liberating and blasphemous MMOs going. Number 8 on the list is Trove, a game that looks like Minecraft but with so much more baked in MMO elements. Rather than build things in a massive sandbox world, it's all about raiding it for loot. First you pick from one of several creative classes, whether that's a knight, ninja, gunslinger, ice age, pirate, before joining mates and heading off into one of an untold number of amazing worlds, from treasure islands to levels made entirely out of sweets. Lovely sweets, all in pursuit of getting better and better gear. Trove regularly receives updates adding everything from new dungeons to PvP game modes. Bomber Royale is among the latest, a 20-person deathmatch where you grapple across lava fields and deadly chasms chucking bombs around. Very dangerous. Oh, and when I said earlier about not being able to build things in a massive sandbox world, I mean, you can totally make anything here, from swords to entire castles. That just goes to show you, don't trust a single word I even say. Number 9, we are talking Dreadnought, and by we, again, I mean me on my own, which, you'd think wouldn't be enough manpower to pilot a massive airship, but in Dreadnought, you totally can. This team-based dogfighter from the developers of Spec Ops The Line is like a naval battle in the sky, as you and your enemies try and line up shots and attempt to outflank each other in 3D space. Combat here is equal parts methodical, with earth-shaking weapons that take time to charge, and lightning quick, where backup artillery strikes thick and fast. You can certainly hold your own in Dreadnought without paying any money whatsoever, and doing well nets you more ships into your fleet, but then again, paying money is the only way you can rock cosmetics like sunglasses. Yep, sunglasses in space. You heard me right. We'll end the video with a nod to Crossout, a vehicular combat MMO that, out of the 10 games you've seen, has by far the biggest following. That means for starters, you'll never be stuck for a match, as you craft outlandish cars and careen bonnet first into battle through a post-apocalyptic wasteland, not unlike Mad Max. The massive fanbase also means you're going to see a whole heap of inventive car combinations out on the road. What with all the different body parts, paint jobs, cannons, and armor? Enjoy that chainsaw buggy, rocket launcher, jeep, or hovering car while it lasts though, because the advanced damage model ensures parts can and will go flying. If you're after more gear, the marketplace is packed full of tradable goods. My advice is to buy low, sell high, and wear big red suspenders so everybody knows you mean business. So those were 10 free games I strongly urge you to check out on PC if you haven't already done so. If you like the video, go on and subscribe to my channel, Game Griffin. I would love to know if you do end up trying any of these games on the list. Let me know what you think of them in the comments below. I will be refreshing the comments every 30 seconds for the next 2 years. Thanks for watching, and see you later.